Oh my god, you are not going to believe what this little guy did. Right now, a broke college student and Pikachu are sitting on a TV show couch talking about their million-dollar business. This is not a cartoon. This is not a game. This is the most insane real story you will hear today. But to understand how they got here, we need to go back. Back to a cold night, a dark alley, and a sound no one was supposed to hear. Marcus was 22, behind on rent, living on instant noodles and whatever was left in his bank account, which most days was nothing. That night, he was walking home from his third failed job interview of the week, and then he heard it. A tiny sound, coming from behind a dumpster. He almost walked past it. Almost. It was small, smaller than he expected. Yellow fur, black-tipped ears, two huge dark eyes staring up at him. One of its legs was hurt. It was shaking. Alone. Marcus looked around. Nobody. Just him, the rain, and Pikachu. He took off his jacket and wrapped it around the little guy. His apartment was tiny. One room. Barely enough space for himself. But that night, it had two residents. Marcus cleaned the wound, made a little bed from an old towel, and sat on the floor next to Pikachu until he stopped shaking. He didn't sleep. He just watched, making sure Pikachu was still breathing. The next morning, Pikachu was standing up, wobbly, but standing. And for the first time in weeks, Marcus smiled. Every time Marcus got close, Pikachu's cheeks would light up, just slightly, like static electricity, but warmer. Days passed, then weeks. Pikachu got stronger, and Marcus got more broke. Final notice on the electricity bill, overdue rent, an empty fridge. Marcus tried to hide it. He always made sure Pikachu had food first. Always. But Pikachu noticed. He wasn't dumb, not even close. He watched Marcus stare at bills, watched him skip meals, watched him sit at his desk at 2 a.m., head in his hands. Pikachu sat next to him every single time. Then one evening, Marcus's phone died. No charger nearby. The electricity had been cut. He looked at Pikachu and said out loud,
"Man, I wish I could just charge things for free."
Pikachu looked at him, tilted his head, walked over to the phone, and touched it. The screen lit up, full charge, in 4 seconds. Marcus stared.
Oh my God!
Pikachu stared back. Neither of them moved for a solid 10 seconds. Marcus grabbed his dead laptop. Pikachu touched it. Full battery, instantly. His wireless speaker, same thing. His mind was racing. He grabbed a piece of paper, started writing. Electric cars are everywhere. Charging stations make money. Charging takes 30 to 60 minutes normally. What if it took 4 seconds?
You think you could help me get out of this mess?
3 weeks later, they had a spot. A small parking lot. One sign, hand-painted. It said, Pikachu's charge station. Full charge in under 10 seconds. Marcus thought no one would stop. He was wrong. The first car pulled in. A skeptical guy in a Tesla.
Hi!
Pikachu walked up to the charging port, placed both paws. The driver's screen went from 12% to 100% in 8 seconds flat. The driver pulled out a $50 bill and handed it to Marcus without saying a word. Word spread fast. Within a week, there was a line. 10 cars, 20, 50. Marcus hired 2 friends to manage the queue. Pikachu worked 4 hours a day. His choice. Marcus never pushed him. They were pulling in more money than Marcus had ever seen in his life.
No, thank you.
6 months in, they had 3 locations. A year in, they had 14. Marcus moved out of his tiny apartment into a place with a pool, a garden, and enough room for Pikachu to run around. And the Camaro? Pikachu spent 3 full days sitting next to a car magazine Marcus had left on the couch. Same page, same photo, every day. Marcus got the hint. Now here's what gets me about this story. Pikachu didn't have to do any of this. He was saved. He was fed. He was loved. He chose to help. Because that's what you do when someone gives you everything, even when they have nothing. And Marcus, he never once thought about selling. He turned down 7 figures from 3 different investors. He's not a product, Marcus told them. He's my friend.
He's not a product. He's my friend.
Which brings us back to that TV couch. The host leaned in and asked Marcus the question everyone wanted to ask.
What's the secret? What made this work?
Marcus looked at Pikachu. Pikachu looked at Marcus. Then Marcus said something nobody expected.
I didn't build a business. I just took care of someone who needed help. Everything else came from that.
So yeah, that's the story. A broke kid, a hurt Pikachu, a dark alley, and a decision that changed everything. You want to know the wildest part? The electricity bill Marcus couldn't pay that night? It was $42.
You want to know the wildest part? The electricity bill I couldn't pay that night? It was $42.
If you made it this far, you already know what this story is really about. It's not about money. It's not about electric cars. It's about what happens when you choose kindness, even when it costs you the last thing you have. Subscribe, because the next story is even more unbelievable than this one.
Guys, subscribe to the channel.